Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, depending on what time you're watching this video. My name is Teacher Kent, and today I wanted to try something new. A lot of my students asked me, Teacher, we're not planning on leaving Thailand. So, why do we need to learn about English? And they're right. They're not planning on going out of Thailand. They want to live in Thailand. And Thai people speak Thai. So why should they learn English? Well, actually, you might think that you want to stay in Thailand, but because of the internet, because of airplanes, the world becomes much, much smaller. There will come a time that the students will grow up and would like to go visit other countries. The problem is, if you don't know how to speak English, you can't speak to the people there, especially for people who live in Thailand, because Thailand is a pretty hot country. What I mean to say is Thailand, especially in Suphanburi, it's hot. There's three seasons, right? We have summer, winter, and rain in Thailand. But my students joke that there are actually three different seasons in Thailand. And those are hot, hotter, and hottest because Thailand is known to be hot. And where do Thai people want to go to escape the heat? They would like to go to other countries that have snow or much colder than Thailand. So I went online. What country do Thais want to visit? And I found one country that a lot of Thais seem to want to visit. And that's what we're gonna be talking about today. The country I am talking about is the UK or the United Kingdom. A lot of Thai people want to go there to visit, and some Thai people even go there to study abroad. So, if maybe you're planning on going to visit UK and you don't know how you should go or where what you should do, or even just thinking that I don't know if I want to visit, I'm gonna show you what UK has in store for you. So first, I'm gonna share my screen. I made a small PowerPoint presentation about the United Kingdom, or UK for short. Are you ready? Let's start. One thing that people in the UK would like to visit is one of the largest Ferris wheel. This picture is a picture of a Ferris wheel. A Ferris wheel is a big ride in a fair in which people will sit at the bottom in a chair or in a cubicle, and it will slowly go up around a few times. This Ferris wheel is called the London Eye. The London Eye, visiting this beautiful Ferris wheel just off the River Thames in London, is one of the most popular things to do in the United Kingdom. Standing at a height of about 135 meters, the observational capsules hanging on the circumference of the wheel serves as decks to enjoy beautiful panoramic views of London City. One full revolution takes about 30 minutes on the wheel, which makes it one of the most romantic things to do in the UK, especially for couples. Now, to make you understand how big this is, Do you know about Supanburi Tower? I think it's 2 times or 3 times taller than Supanburi Tower. That's the London Eye. It's so tall that in order for you to start at the bottom and it will slowly go up, over, around until it comes back down, it will take 30 minutes. One whole revolution means one whole circle, one whole movement will take 30 minutes. That is the London, I'm sorry, that is the London Eye. It's so slow because it's so big that it's one of the most romantic things for couples to do in UK. So some Thai people would like to go there just to have a bird's eye view, a panoramic eye view. You know what is panorama? It's one of your phone's abilities. It can take a very large or 360 picture of an object. That is panorama. So you will have a panoramic view of the London Eye. Next, number 2, visit the Roman bath. This is a Roman bath. No, you cannot take a bath in the Roman bath. It's something that is actually being preserved because it was created from a long time ago. Located in the town of Bath, visiting these baths is one of the best things to do in UK. The town that you can find this is called Bath. That means most probably the English word, most of the English words come from the people in England. So it's a big possibility that the word Bath is because of this place, because of this area. Built around 1 AD by the Roman Empire, the original structure surrounded the natural hot springs of the area. There are remains of the temple dedicated to the Roman goddess Sulis Minerva, as well as facilities like underfloor heating system, among other things. However, today the water is full of algae given its exposure to the sun. Although there is the nearby Thermae Bat Spa where you can bathe just like the Romans did around 2000 years ago. Okay, this bath is has been there for around 2000 years. 2020 years. It's the same number of years that is counted all over the world. That means this bath is one of the most oldest, if not the oldest bath in the whole world. But sadly, people cannot take a bath in there anymore because it's full of algae. Because people didn't want to clean it in order to preserve its natural beauty. But if you go there, there is another building beside it that you can take a bath like what the Roman people did. Basically, same thing as this. Next, trek up Arthur's Seat. The city of Edinburgh is the home to the popular British site located in Holyrood Park. The place is just a walk away from the famous Royal Mile Street. The seat is an extinct volcano with a height of 251 meters. The climb up there is going to require a little physical fitness, making it one of the biggest UK attractions for adults. The park is also the house to one of the oldest forts in the area. From the top, the view of the town is simply lovely, making this hike one of the best things to do in the United Kingdom. I noticed that some Thai people are what we call are health enthusiasts, meaning they like to have exercise. They like to join marathons. They like to swim. They like to run. They like to trek or to climb mountains. This one is one of the best mountains in the United Kingdom. This is called Arthur's Seat. It's 251 meters when you want to climb it. 251 meters from the bottom, and it's not an easy climb. But when you get to the top, you will see a lot of beautiful views. Take a tour of the Houses of Parliament. Yes, you can take a tour or sit in the debates in different proceedings happening in the Houses of Parliament. Held in the Palace of Westminster, the British Parliament houses many different artifacts ranging from different periods of history. While you are in the area, make sure to visit Big Ben and St. Stephen's Chapel. As well, another attraction of the area is the Westminster Abbey, the royal church next to Westminster Palace, which is a World Heritage Site. Now, in Thailand, I don't know in Thailand, but in the UK, they have what we call a parliament government. This is the place where the leaders of UK decide what to do with the country. You can actually visit this. Isn't that amazing? You can visit this place and you can feel that you are one of the leaders of UK. It's also next to Westminster Abbey, which is a pretty historical abbey. Abbey is like a street. Next is catch a match at Wimbledon. Not a tennis fan? Well, don't worry. You will be one after catching a match at the iconic Wimbledon Stadium. Definitely one of the top 10 things to do in the United Kingdom. Wimbledon comes into full swing in summers. You can witness all the top star tennis players here or enjoy the British sun eating and drinking. A fun afternoon is what Wimbledon offers to everyone who visits for a match. You can also book tours or gifts or visit the museum and the gift shop here to pick up souvenirs for back home. Okay, this is the famous Wimbledon area. This is where people like Serena Williams play the Wimbledon Cup. If you're not a tennis fan, it's fine. But you should visit this because tennis is one of the most popular sports in the world. Look at the number of people watching the sport tennis. It's pretty historical and it's one of the top 10 things to do in United Kingdom. Explore York Street on foot. The original city of York is one of the most beautiful places in the UK, ruled by the Romans back in the day. The city is also synonymous with William Wallace or Braveheart, as you might know him, full of history and culture. The city's Gothic architecture is a treat to watch. The ancient churches with the cobbled roads and lined restaurants. York is an amazing place to unleash your inner flaneur on the world. Now, City of York. This is also a pretty old city. It's so old that it wasn't part of the United Kingdom before. It was ruled by the Romans. And the Romans are one of the strongest peoples ever to live in history. They were able to capture many places. And the city of York, is one of those places. It's also synonymous with William Wallace or Braveheart. You can find a movie online. It's called Braveheart if you want to learn more. Next is take a train to Hogwarts from King's Cross. Ah, I know. You like Harry Potter. I know everybody likes Harry Potter. And one of the things you can do is you can take a seat in the King's Cross or the Hogwarts train, the train where people like Harry Potter sit to go to different areas of the country. One of the most fun things to do in the UK would be to visit the King's Cross station. We agreed that it might seem like one of those unusual things to do in UK. But if you are a Harry Potter fan, you would know the significance of the platform 9 3/4. In the real world, however, you can go to the intersection of platforms 9 and 10 and get clicked while you're at it. Oh, and fun fact, according to the author of this famous book series, J.K. Rowling, the idea of the book came to her on a train from King's Cross. Oh, that's something you didn't know. J.K. Rowling, the author of the book, rode this train, and because she rode this train, she she got an idea to make Harry Potter. So without this train, there would be no Harry Potter. So if you like Harry Potter, come visit the United Kingdom and you can ride this train. Marvel at the Masters in Tate Modern, one of the best museums in the world. Tate Modern is the place to be if you love art. The place houses different pieces from all over the world, a modern art gallery. Tate Modern is one of the four museums that form the Tate Group. The admission to the place is free. However, one has to buy tickets for certain exhibitions, displaying works of artists like Picasso, Dali, and Andy Warhol. Visiting this gallery is sure one of the best things to do in the United Kingdom. This is the Tate Modern. It's one of the most famous museums or art galleries in the United Kingdom. And it's free. You can go inside and look around unless there is a special exhibit, in which case you need to pay to go to the exhibit. But it's free and you can marvel. You can see the beautiful pictures of great painters like Picasso, Dali, and Andy Warhol. Visit the home stadium of your favorite football clubs. I know a lot of my P6 students, especially the boys, you love football. And where is the birthplace of football? It's in the United Kingdom. That's why they have a lot of football clubs. So if you like football, visit one of your football clubs in the United Kingdom. The fans of clubs like the Manchester United, Chelsea, Fulham, and Liverpool FC can visit the home stadiums of these clubs, Old Trafford, Craven Cottage, and etc. when they visit the United Kingdom, which surely tops the list of stuff to do in the United Kingdom. Exactly. If you like football, United Kingdom is the place to go. Visit the Isle of Skye, one of the most beautiful places in the United Kingdom. The Isle of Skye is best visited in summers between when the ice has melted. The green landscapes with the flowing water makes for the perfect vacation away from home. The topography and the climate of the whole island make visiting it one of the most adventurous things to do in United Kingdom. You can boat, hike, trek, kayak, and fish, among other wonder activities at this island, just off the northwest coast of Scotland. This is the Isle of Skye, and it's one of the best places to visit in the United Kingdom. It's such a small island with a small town that if you try and visit there, you will feel what it's like to actually be a part of England, living in England, and not just a tourist. Oh, that's it. The end. Did you have fun? Or did you learn something today? I hope you do. And I hope I helped you understand why it's important to learn English, especially in Let's Go. Because when you grow up, you will need to talk to people that are not just from Thailand, but other countries, and they speak English. Plus, you can visit other great countries and not worry about not knowing English. Goodbye.